Hey, I'm Mark Eitel, host of the Mr. Mortgage Show, and you are listening to the Daily Dose, where each day we dive deep on just one topic or one question. And today is Friday, June 10th, and I want to talk to you about trying to time the market when it comes to locking a rate. And I know the environment that we've been in so far this year has seen significantly increasing interest rates. So we started the year in the threes, and now we are solidly in the mid fives. Interesting day today. Again, today's Friday, June 10th. Significant news released regarding inflation. So the bottom fell out of the stock market. At one point today, it was down over 800 points. And as I'm recording this, there's still time left in the trading day, so I'm not sure where we're going to land. But because of that, there's a ton of inflation pressure in the market. Inflation was at 8.6%, the highest since 1981. All indicators are lining up that we're in a recession, and the market reacted accordingly. Now, what that meant for mortgage interest rates was almost a 80-point swing in the mortgage-backed securities. Now, bottom also fell out of the mortgage-backed securities market and the bond market. So because of that, we had a reprice today on this market activity. And this is why I'm sharing all of this with you. The 5.5% interest rate that was quoted on Monday is now most likely 5 5/8 or even 5 3/4. That's a significant move in just 1 week. And yes, there's a chance that rates might pull back a little bit next week, but the best way I can describe a market when we're in a consistent upward or downward trending cycle is like, think of sitting on the beach and you're watching the tide come up or go down. It doesn't just do it in one, swoop. There it is. It's all out or it's all up. It happens in waves. So as you're sitting on the beach, on the edge of your blanket, the water comes up and then it goes back down a little bit. The wave comes up. It comes up a little farther this time, but it goes back down a little less than the previous time. So the highs are higher, but the lows are also higher because the trend is a rising tide. Pretty soon, if you're not careful, that water is hitting your blanket and flooding your sandwich, and the wave just knocked your beer cooler over. And that's what happened this week to some people who were trying to time the market on Monday when we saw rates in the 5.5 and 5 3/8 range. They thought to themselves, wow, let's sit tight and see what happens next week. Now, that's less of an issue for my personal practice, but I'm seeing this as a talking point with agents this afternoon. Is the rates got away from a lot of people this week because they were sitting on the beach drinking their cold beer, not paying attention to the movement in the tide. So I know that was a hillbilly example, but I'm a little bit of a hillbilly. So hopefully that makes sense. Don't try to outsmart yourself and time the market. There's still significant upward pressure in this market as far as interest rates are concerned. So if you get the rate that makes sense for you, lock it, take it off the table, and go out there and find your dream home. Hopefully you find this information helpful. If you do, I'd encourage you to tune into the Mr. Mortgage Show. We're live every Saturday morning at 9 a.m. on iHeartRadio. You can find us on the iHeart app, or it's much easier just to hit the podcast page, which is the MrMortgageShow.com, and there you'll find all of the previous episodes, as well as the Daily Dose, which you'll only find on the podcast page. Again, my name is Mark Eitel. This is the Daily Dose, and we will see you. Today's Friday, so we'll see you Monday. Have a fantastic weekend.